So let's begin just by answering the question as why do you even care if something's in a major key or a minor key? And the real reason is so you can either figure out a song that you're trying to identify the chords in, or so that you can compose your own music much easier. Let's begin with a major key. In a major key, you'll have 7 chords that are harmonized from the major scale. So I'm going to play a 1-octave major scale starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what we're really concerned with are those first 7 notes. The 8 is the octave, meaning it's the same as the 1. So on each one of those notes, we're going to harmonize a chord. Now we're not going to have to go through the theory of doing that. I'm just going to tell you what the chords are, but they are comprised of the notes that are in that scale. So on note number 1, and we'll identify the notes. We're going to be in the key of A, but this goes for any major key. If it's on a 1, it's always going to be a major chord. Then we'll go to note 2 in the scale, so 1, 2, and that's always minor. Then we'll go to note 3, 1, 2, 3, that's always a minor chord. Then we go to note 4, that's always major. Then we'll go to note 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's always major. Note 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is always minor. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is always diminished. And then we're back to the octave, which is the 1. So here are all the chords one more time as harmonized from the major scale. On the 1 we have the major. On the 2 we have a minor. On the 3 we have a minor. On the 4 we have a major. On the 5 we have a major. On the 6 we have a minor. On the 7 we have a diminished. And then we're back to our octave, which is major. Again, why is this important to know? Well, if you are trying to figure out a song, for instance, and you want to know what the chords are that are being used, if you know it's in A major, then you know the 7 chords that are potentially being used in the song. Also, if you want to write something in A major, now I can write a 1, a 4, and a 5, and know that those are major if I want to stay in the key of A major. Now, one question I've been getting is, okay, so if those are the chords that are in a major key, what are the chords that are in a minor key? Well, we're going to look to the relative minor, and what the relative minor means is it's the minor key that has the exact same 7 notes as the major key. So in A major here, what you would typically do, there's a couple of ways you can approach this. I'll show you kind of the theoretical way. You go to the 6th tone of a major scale, and that is your relative minor key, i.e. the key that uses the exact same 7 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This note happens to be F sharp, so F sharp minor is the relative minor key to A major. So instead of counting up to the 6th tone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to find that relative minor key, you could do this. You could simply think about your minor pentatonic scale, put your pinky on the major root that you just played, and fall back to the first note of the minor pentatonic scale. So if this is the 2nd note, the first one would be right here. So the minor pentatonic would look like this. And F sharp happens to be right there. So that's a quick way on the guitar fretboard that you can identify the relative minor key. So in A major, I put my pinky here and fall back to F sharp. If I'm on C, C major, and I want to identify the relative minor key to C major, put my pinky there and fall back to the first note of the minor pentatonic scale. Right there, A minor. Okay, but for this case we're working in A major, and now F sharp minor, which is the relative minor key to A major. Now if that minor key is using the exact same 7 notes, it would stand to reason that the chords that are harmonized from those 7 notes are going to be the exact same 7 chords, and that is correct. So let's take a look at that real quick. So if we're using the exact same 7 notes, and harmonizing those chords exactly the same way, we're going to come out with the same chords, but in a minor key this time, right? We'll answer why that happens in just a second, but let's look at the chords in the key of F sharp minor. Real quick, a natural minor scale will look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So on note number 1, it's going to be F sharp minor. Then we got a note number 2, right there, and that note is G sharp, and so what we're going to play off of this is going to be known as a G sharp diminished. Note number 3 is going to produce chord number 3, which in this case is A major. Note number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, is going to be B minor. Note number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is C sharp minor. Note number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is going to be D major. And note number 7 is going to be E major. And then we're back to our octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is F sharp minor. So quickly again, in the key of F sharp minor, we have the 1 chord is F sharp minor. The 2 chord is going to be this hard to play diminished on the G sharp. The 3 chord is going to be A major. The 4 chord is B minor. 5 chord is C sharp minor. The 6 chord is D major. The 7 chord is going to be E major. And then we're back to the root, F sharp minor. So here's the big question that a lot of people ask. If the relative minor key has the exact same chords, what is the difference between A major and F sharp minor? If everything is the same, the notes and the chords, how do I know which is which? You have to go with what is being used as the tonal center. So if I'm playing a song and you're hearing a lot of A, we're going to say that's A major, even though those other chords are also in F sharp minor. But let's say I'm playing a song that has a lot of F sharp minor happening, and maybe it's a 2 chord vamp like this. So I'm staying on that F sharp a lot and making that the tonal center of what I'm now playing. And that's how you differentiate between a major key and a minor key. Are you using more of the center of A in this respect, or F sharp minor? What is your focus of the song? It doesn't mean that you hit the chord the most, but it's the tonal center, and we keep going back to that. A lot of times, even in music theory class, I was told, well, you just look at what the song starts with, or look at what the song ends on. Those are 2 key factors to consider when you're trying to figure out if it's major or minor. But really, it's the tonal center, so it's up to you. If you're writing a song and you want to put it in A major, you're going to use a lot of A, obviously. If you're writing something that's a little sadder sounding and you want to put it in a minor key, then you might make that F sharp minor the tonal focus. So those are the chords in a major key and a minor key, and it works for all major and minor keys that way. Every major key has a relative minor and vice versa. So this should help a lot with you figuring out people's songs and also composing your own. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what else you would like to see in the future. I'll see you next time.